Hello everyone, welcome to Metaverse Insider. What is the impact of Metaverse on education? Technology, when it is used correctly, always helps us to learn efficiently and effectively. In this video, I will share with you different point of views when it comes to virtual education. And in front of me, I have three big screens here. And each big screen will show us different video and their point of view on virtual education. And before that, as you can see, I am on a different virtual space and it's so beautiful. And let's see virtual reality education. And let's start from this screen here. I will play.
While classroom learning is a proven teaching method, we believe learning cannot be restricted to classroom alone. A good deal of what we learn comes from experience. However, experiential learning may not always be a possibility. Let's look at some challenges faced in creating experiential learning. The first challenge is the high cost of organizing outdoor and lab activities. In addition, there are certain topics which are difficult to experience. For instance, a trip to Mars or exploring the historic Indus Valley civilization. Some of the activities may be dangerous as it includes experiments that involve the use of chemicals.
But providing experiential learning is no longer an impossibility with impactful VR.
As you can see in this video, it is giving us the idea that experiential learning is no longer an impossibility with virtual reality. And let's continue.
Impactful VR gives you a simulated lifelike experience at less than the price of a movie ticket. It converts impossible dreams to possible realities. It lets you conduct dangerous experiments in safe environments. It allows you to experience anything, anywhere, and at any time. Research has proven that immersive learning leads to cognitive development of the learner. It can cause a sharp spike in curiosity, retention, critical reasoning, empathy.
Okay, so this is just showing the experiential learning and its benefits. Let's listen to this video.
Have you ever been to Beijing, Athens, New York, or Rome at the same day? Have you ever traveled to the outer space or into the deepest oceanic rift? If the answer is no, then you probably haven't experienced virtual reality yet. Despite its wide impact in both entertainment and training fields, education has still been trying to find ways to embrace
I made it full screen for you to see it clearly.
into classes. Eventually the question arises, how can VR benefit students and what is its wider impact on education? Virtual reality, or VR, is a computer-based technology that provides visual, oral, and tactile stimuli of a virtual world generated in real time. This is usually achieved by isolating the user from the real world, thus creating the immersion effect, giving the feeling of being present in a virtual world instead of the one they're actually in. Immersion is the perception of being physically present in a non-physical or virtual world. The perception is created by surrounding the user of the VR system with images, sound, or other stimuli that provide a very absorbing environment. Spatial immersion occurs when the user feels the simulated world is perceptual and that he or she actually is there. There is a variety of input and output devices that are used to immerse the user, stimulating as many human senses as possible, most efficiently through a headset. Headset devices use a stereoscopic display for immersing the user into the digital world visually, while handheld devices are used to track the user's movement. Despite its wide impact in both entertainment and training fields, education has still been trying to find ways to embrace VR into classes. Virtual reality has the potential to revolutionize education, as it immerses students in their learning more than any other available medium. Let's take a look at some of the most common advantages that virtual reality has to offer in education.
So this video is discussing some of the benefits of virtual reality in education. And one of them is immersion, of course, the immersive experience. And let's continue.
VR enables learners to explore and experience an environment in complete safety, and immerse themselves into settings that would otherwise be inaccessible or too complex to recreate in the physical world. For example, imagine diving into a sea full of sharks in order to study their natural habitat. How possible and dangerous such a scenario would be to experience in the real world. VR has the potential to make learning more enjoyable by allowing students to translate their personal experiences, emotions, and memories to the virtual environment. Researchers have shown that the VR tools in classrooms may have significant positive effects.
Okay, the number one advantage that is mentioning here is the low cost and high safety. And number two is makes learning fun. Let's continue.
On class motivation, improving students' engagement with a simulated concept or scenario. VR technology can stimulate or create scenes and effects, particularly when realistic visualizations of scientific material are important for gaining a deeper understanding of the subject of interest. This way the users can experience the concepts and learn them firsthand through three-dimensional, 3D, visualization. For example, in medical research, VR can visualize the inner organs and make it accessible for the researchers to operate some virtual nervous tissue. Viewing and interacting with objects at true scale seems to be one of the strongest affordances of virtual reality. This way, it
The number three is the 3D visualization, and number four is interactivity.
Urges students to be active learners, because it promotes decision-taking when interacting with the virtual objects, permitting autonomous exploration, understanding complex concepts, creating new experiences, producing the learning by doing effect. Therefore, the intrinsic properties and cognitive mechanism of VR technologies enable learners to consciously focus on what they are experiencing and to engage in more meaningful learning. At present, the adoption and implementation of virtual reality in the field of education is still on the progress of preliminary attempt, and hasn't yet brought into the conventional classrooms on a large scale. However, its characteristics of immersion and interaction give virtual reality broad potential in the world of learning and training.
So although the technology for virtual education is still its infancy, but the potential and benefits of Metaverse to education is undeniable. We can see that it is a potential game changer when it comes to education. Let's see the other screen. As you can see here, we have the virtual higher education. So it's use impactful visual training in an augmented reality environment for a hands-on application of course material. Use augmented reality and holograms. And then they have the 3D lab, the virtual labs. Imagine I am attending a class with these three big screens in front of me in different locations.
Really excites me about this VR research project is we're going to be creating new knowledge about how students can have agency in their learning and the implications that has for teacher pedagogy. Using VR, students can be the creators of content, and this content can demonstrate their own learning and also can be used for the learning of others. When students are creating content that other students can use to learn, they're going to have to think quite deeply about what is involved in the learning process. I'm excited about this collaboration because we get to investigate how to embed 360 virtual reality content creation into classrooms across subject areas and across schools.
Most of the universities and schools are already adapting the Metaverse technology and adding them in their curriculum. It's just a matter of time and technology that it will be used worldwide. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. I do hope you learned from this video. See you in the Metaverse.